Hey guys, it's Stephen here, and today I thought I wanted to do a top 10 list of sorts. I haven't done any sort of compilations or lists in my channel, so I thought I'm basically going to a wedding soon, so I thought I can't really decide upon what scent I want to wear. So I've basically narrowed down all my bottles in my collection amongst the best I think that would be suited towards a wedding or very formal occasions, and I'm here to present them to you now. So I want to give a shout out to three honourable mentions at the beginning. First up, we have Antaeus by Chanel, and the reason these are honourable mentions is because I don't own them. So Antaeus is an extremely classy, it's just so masculine, it's just it's mind-blowing, really, really fantastic scent. I've been wearing it a lot lately in boots, and it blows me away. I actually have an oil from Perfume Parlour on its way for Antaeus, so I'm looking forward to trying that. Next up, I'm going to say about Givenchy Gentleman, sorry, the fragrance from like 1970s. I had a mini vintage bottle of this, but I gave it away as part of my competition to fellow Welsh reviewer Craig, fragrance newbie, and he's posted a review of this, and he absolutely loves it. So I'm happy to have given it to somebody who's very thankful for it. This is an extremely kind of strong, masculine, classy scent that kind of just there's patchouli, there's honey, I believe. It's just really, really gorgeous scent, and it just holds up well today. You know, the fragrance is 30, 40 years old. It's much older than I am, and it's beautiful. And what's the fourth one? I don't know, I think I was going to say Fahrenheit, but no. Yeah, so two honourable mentions. I'm sure there was a third one, but Givenchy Pie as well. That's a really beautiful fragrance. It's very classy and just seems like it'd be very, very well suited towards the occasion. I also have a fragrance spray of this on its way by Perfume Parlour, so I'll be bringing you first impressions of these shortly. So onto my list here now. I've picked out 10 bottles, and I'm going to run them down in order. I wasn't going to present them in an ordered fashion, but anyway, here we go. So number 10 here, I've gone for Cuba Prestige. Equally, you could go for A-Star Men, but to me, this kind of screams formality, you know? Even though it's cheap, it's bloody lovely, and I have actually smelled A-Star Men, and yeah, this is really close. It just, it's very, very strong, caramelly, kind of chocolatey a little bit, but it's beautiful, and I think it would go well in a wedding. So that's riding in at number 10. Kind of going on with the Gourmandy theme now. I have 24 Gold. I haven't reviewed this yet, but I think this is a good fragrance, but personally I think it's a bit too overhyped. It's beautiful, it lasts for a long time, but it's getting quite expensive now. I think a lot of the hype was due to its price back in the day, but people have said on record they would spend a lot of money on this. When I bought this was actually the most expensive thing that I bought. I paid 40 quid for a used 100ml bottle here, and I don't regret it. It's a lovely scent, yes, but I think it's a bit too hyped, but it's very classy, formal, and brilliant. I think this will go well. So breaking the gourmand tradition now, I've gone for Daarej by Rasasi. I've done a first impressions of this, which was a really badly filmed video. I didn't really give it, I think it's my first impressions, and I didn't really do very good, I don't think. So, and it's my most viewed video too, so it's a bit disappointing. But this is a beautiful woody scent, it's heavy on the cardamom. Very just like oriental, woodsy, a bit spicy. A good mate of mine, Simply Put Sense, has done a great review of this, and he's given it bloody good justice. And he's done a really good review of this. I think it's compared to Valentino or Very Valentino or something like that, and which is discontinued and hard to get. But this is very formal, classy, and just very nice suited. Sixth here I have FM56 by Federico Mahora. This is a clone of Fahrenheit. So I was going to bring in Fahrenheit as an honourable mention, but I've swapped it out and actually put it in the list. It's very classy. Fahrenheit is my favourite scent, yes. Easily said. and this is a great clone. I have two versions now, a pheromone one and a hot collection, which is a stronger concentration, and they're great clones. We all know Fahrenheit, that very kind of masculine, leather, burnt feeling, and this captures that very well. So, 3 of Pimp here, we have Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef and Arpels. This is the EDT. Unfortunately, I haven't tried the EDP, and it's very hard to get nowadays, so not much chance of that. But yeah, again, this is very formal, it's very leathery, I think. There's a, it just works well in the evenings. It's a very lovely scent, you know. It's been much talked about in the community and given a lot of hype. So I think this is definitely worth a praise, and it just screams kind of classiness. So Rhif Pedwar here. No, I've skipped numbers here, sorry. That was number 6. This is number 5. Fucking retard. There's for him the Musc collection by Narciso Rodriguez. I've given this a first impressions where I got anismotic very quickly and couldn't really smell it, and again, my first impressions videos are generally shit, to be honest. But this is gorgeous, you know. It smells similar to the original one, which is very patchouli heavy and violet leaf, and the musk is kind of wrapped up in this, and it just leaves a very lovely scent trail. Also, it has a fantastic fucking sprayer. Check this. Yeah. It kind of didn't spray too brilliantly there, but the sprayer, when I first sprayed it, it felt like a Dior one. Oh, no, my God, it's fucking lush. Yeah, yeah, violet leaf and musk. I think there's violet leaf in there. Definitely musk. Right, so Perfume Parlour making an appearance in this list now at number 4, and this is Dior Homme Intense. When I first sprayed this on and done my initial impressions, I wasn't very impressed. It didn't seem too loud to me, but I have worn this a few times now, and it's bloody gorgeous. Absolutely, it's really nice. The longevity is excellent on clothes. It lasts for a good 3 or 4 days, and you get that kind of heavy iris note. I wore this today to work, and it just smelled amazing. Yeah, this is great. I paid £5 for 13 milliliters of this, and yes, fantastic. So another one from Perfume Parlour here. We have Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford, and yeah, I think this is a bit nicer than the Dior one, but this is amazing. I've also worn this to work a few times. This is 3 mil, and I've worn this a couple of times, and it hasn't used anything. It's amazing. But the smell is really... The raspberry notes are quite prominent in here, you know. It does blend in with that leather, really lovely at the start. And kind of as the scent goes on and just develops slowly and gradually, it just becomes... it's just like the embodiment of masculinity, and just... Apparently, you know, the females aren't too fussed on, like, what's called leather scents, so... I kind of wear this for myself more than anything, but it is amazing. I would wear that to a wedding for sure. It's not going to be my choice for this particular one. Like, I've never actually been to a wedding before, but I'm not going for the roll-ons here. So number 2 is another Perfume Parlour one. This is Back to Black by Kilian, and this is friggin' to die for. Honestly, this is like honey and tobacco, and they just kind of work so well together, man. So well here. I watched my first impressions of this, and when I sniffed it for the first time, it was just like, you know, I can just really enjoyed this. Yeah, this is amazing. Easily said. So number 1, what we have here, so fuck, it's on everyone's list for best everything. We'll have Creed's Aventus, or alternatively, Club de Nuit Intense. Would I rate this above maybe the others? Yes. They are both out of this world. Yeah, so you're probably thinking, what the hell is this? I bought a 30ml bottle off eBay, a seller was kind of decanting from a 500ml flagon, and he's then been auctioning them off and whatnot. So yeah, this is so strong, so masculine. I get lots of patchouli, the oak moss. The oak moss is very strong, which brings it like this old school vibe. The strength. I went to a friend's house not long ago, and literally their house is just off the street. So I got my car and I walked into their house, and my friend's boyfriend was out at the time, and he came back in sort of 10 minutes later, and he was like, he said, "Steve, I knew you were here. I could just kind of smell this trail like leading down the street and into the house." So, you know, old cartoons where you kind of get the dog smelling the pie in the window, and you got that kind of scent trail drifting towards the dog's nose. Aventus, fucking insane. This stuff is unbelievable. Please excuse my swearing if that offends you. If it does, then fuck off. No. That probably came off as so harsh. And I'm not cutting this video and reshooting it. Yeah, Aventus is amazing. Definitely my number one. I'll be decanting this and taking it with me because it is amazing. Like, whenever I put this on and jump in my car, I kind of sit down and it probably, like, you know, makes a bit of a gust come up out of my shirt and it drifts up into my nose, and every single time I'm just like, whoa. You know, it is massively hyped, but it's not overhyped. It's definitely worth it. Club de Nuit Intense, man. This is also great. Like, it doesn't have the same quality, and comparing them side by side, it's extremely close, but there's just certain things in the creed that kind of push it and give that bit more. Like the oak moss, I don't really get oak moss that much in here, but in this one I do, and it just gives that much more like kind of old school feel. But yeah, you know, I haven't actually tried layering these either, so it might be cool to see how that works out. This has a lemon note at the start, not pineapple, but it wasn't until my last, well, the video where I reviewed this, that's the first time I ever smelled the lemon in a scent, which is crazy because I've worn it like 10 times at least. Pineapple every time, and then I go to review it, lemon. Crazy. Right, so that's my top 10, you know, wedding list picks. Maybe I'll do some more top 10s in the future, or top 5s or whatever. You know, they seem to be quite popular, and it's a good way of getting an overview of many fragrances that are suited towards certain occasions, seasons, or whatever. So, yeah. So thanks guys, and take care.